Well, hello. My name is SherriAnneDuffy-King, and I'm the author/writer of Epic Thornes of Destitute. This is book 4 of my series that, well, it started off with the title of A Crucified Innocence, book 1. Book 2 is Prince in the Mirror. Book 3 is Wyler's Water Dweller Secrets, and then we're starting up on book 4, Epic Thornes of Destitute, alright? Now, remember that, well, not remember, I'm sorry. I do so many horoscopes that I have this script in my head, and sometimes it messes me up. Let's get started on this, Kay, and I hope that you have heard through all the other books, because if you haven't, my series is not going to make any sense, alright? They're standalone books, but yet they're intertwined, okay? It's very important that you read them in order, otherwise they're not going to make much sense, alright? And if you, at any time, catch something that doesn't sound right, like, you think about it, you will hear, of Riley back in this book, and then there's Mina for my 5th book, right? Now, their dates are different, but there's something about Rosemont Peak boarding school and how it can, it's like an intersect of time, alright? So, all time meets there, but nobody realizes it, alright? And certain people, can see other people from different time periods, but not register it, because they don't ask that question. Like, you're from 1985? Well, that's funny, because I'm here at the same school with you, see you every day, and it's 2011, right? Anyway, it's not 2011 now, it's 2020, but when I wrote book 3, I placed it in that year because, specifically, I went and saw 3 Days Grace live, so I put my experience of seeing them in Utah in that book, but it wasn't me. Does that make sense? I had my character see it. Now let's get started, shall we? We've already wasted 2 minutes. Oh, and it's gonna get dirty. I'm just saying now. Sorry. Chapter 1. Fall of 1969. Thomas Lawrence Franks stood looking up at Rosemont Peak Boarding Academy before sliding into the front seat of his 1967 Chevy Impala. The black exterior was warm to the touch as the fall sun radiated. Thomas combed his fingers through his dark brown locks as he turned the corner of Belvedere Avenue toward Rosemont Peak Elementary Academy. He pulled up to the curb and watched as his twin siblings, Jane and Alex, got in. Then they were on their way home. Thomas opened the garage door to the kitchen and had the twins sit at the counter and started on their homework. While they were busy, he headed to the front room couch and picked up his strung-out mother, carrying her upstairs to her bathroom. He undressed her and washed her up. Then Thomas places his mother in her bed, covering her and giving her a kiss. He never wanted his siblings to see their mother in this state. She was a huge heroin addict, and their father cheated and drank. He was a mean son of a bitch when he didn't get his way. Thomas wanted to shield his siblings from them as much as possible. He closed her bedroom door softly, then went back to the front room. There he started to clean up the mess of needles, garbage, and beer bottles. He then took the bag to the garage and tossed it in the silver trash can. The ding of the trash brought him back to reality. He rushed back to Jane and Alex as they were finishing their homework. He washed the dishes and made them a snack. How was school? They both smiled. Pretty great, actually, Tommy. Freddie asked us to come over and spend the night at him and his sister's tonight. Thomas was relieved. He helped them pack their bags, hung up their school bags. They have 2 bags each. One's for school and one's for home. Does that make sense? So their school bags stay at home, and then they take their to-go bags for nighttime when they go and spend the night at people's houses. Sounds weird, right? Well, it's better than carrying your stuff in paper or plastic bags from the grocery store. So I guess I'll drop you both off at Fred's house. Then I'll see you Sunday night. The twins nodded and got into the car. Thomas rushed to his bedroom and got into his work uniform. Then Thomas drove to work. Thomas worked at a local garage gas station out on Highway 66, Gus's Gas and Go. Thomas heard from a distance a car pulling up to one of the pumps. In the front seat sat a fat man with smudged red lipstick across his cheeks. Next to him sat a woman all dolled up. She kind of looked like Jerry Lewis in drag, but she was certainly a woman. The fat gentleman got nasty with Thomas and grabbed him by the shirt collar and tossed him to the pump. "Fill her up, boy." Thomas did as he instructed, and the guy got into the car and revved his engine before he left. Gus came out of the garage, looked at Thomas. "I don't understand you, Tommy. You put up with that dreadful sight when he comes crawling home from his drunken binge, and he still doesn't remember you when he shows up? You always settle his gas debts." Thomas looked at Gus. "He's my father. All I can do is go home and take care of my twin siblings and doped up mother, hoping for the best." Best. That's right, best. Gus winked at Thomas. "Go get cleaned up so you can go to your homecoming with Vicky Zano. I bet she'll be excited for tonight."
Yeah, I got him. You missed. What's a miss? We got him.
Sorry, I was trying to put my soda up high. Thomas smiled deeply, then he ran into the garage and got into his tux and black leather jacket. Got to his car and drove to Monroe Boulevard and pulled up to a huge white house. He met Vicky on her front porch, gave her roses, then led her to his car, opening the front door for her. The ride was quiet. As they pulled up to the huge brick building, chills ran across Thomas's skin as he looked up toward the bright moon. The leaves danced eerily across the front lawn. Thomas led Vicky toward the hidden balcony where they could be together in privacy. Vines clung to the banister. From this view, Vicky looked beautiful in blue silk, her black hair caressing her bare back under the light of the moon. He could not believe that she was there with him. He danced a few slow dances to some muffled Frankie Valli and the Jersey Boys. This moment couldn't be any more perfect. Thomas pulled gently from Vicky. Her eyes were overcast in smothering beauty. He knelt down and pulled out a tiny black box. He opened it to reveal a sterling silver band with crushed white diamonds encrusted in the band. Do you want to know what it looks like? Hold on a second. I will find my ring and I will show you what it looks like. That's the ring I wrote into my book, just so you know. It's my wedding ring. Shh, don't tell anyone. Alright. Vicky covered her smile with the palm of her right hand. Thomas saw a slight shadow move on the other side of the balcony windows. He paid no attention to what was happening inside. All that mattered was this moment right now. Thomas felt a force shove past him. The ring jumped from the crushed velvet box he was holding and started rolling. He only had one thought at this time: get that ring. He jumped up and ran after it. He hit into the open columns of the cement banister. Thomas dived over the banister. He heard a scream echo behind him as darkness enveloped his very being. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Chapter 2. Yes, I'm weird, I know. Sweet bellows. A ringing sound persisted. Dawna rolled out of her bed onto the floor, crawling to the coiled cord, pulling it toward her. Above her head, off of the desk, her black phone toppled onto her. Ouch! Dawna picked up the receiver. "Hello?" It called out with a rasping, crackled voice. "Hey, Dawna, this is Riley. I just wanted to say that I would be leaving school for a while. I hope that you and Mina will be okay. I tried to call her but wasn't able to reach her by telephone. I gotta go. Bye." Dawna pulled her brown locks out of her eyes with her morning breath. Okay, I will let Mina know. See you at the dance tonight." The receiver collapsed to the floor. Dawna grunted, looking at the front door and rubbing her head. A soft breeze brushed through the curtains, rattling the crystal chandelier above her head. A knocking sound rattled Donna's attention. Big dark curls haloed around Mina's cherub face as she was greeted with a yawn. Hey, Mina, what's up? Mina nodded and pointed to the calendar. Dawna, it's Saturday. The dance is tonight. We had plans to go shopping for some new rags. I tried to call Riley early this morning, but her phone service was disconnected. I hope Taylor is leaving her alone. He is such a drag. Dawna grabbed her jeans and climbed into them and her Madonna-style boots. Yeah, it's funny you should mention Riley. She just called me and told me that she was going away for a while. She said she tried to call you but was unable to reach you. Mina brushes her hands over her legs. That is funny. I hope we see her tonight. Let's go shopping. Chapter 3, Let's Dance. Homecoming was wonderful. Mina dressed in a green silk. Dawna flattered herself with black silk knee-high dress. Her legs were adorned with glitter and her stilettos were black lace. Mina looked like she had the eyes of every boy in the gym on her. Dawna couldn't help but look for Riley, hoping she had come. Across the room, Dawna spotted Eliza and Arlene, adorned in pink matching chiffon dresses. They looked like a modern Barbie dolls. Dawna felt everyone go quiet. She also felt like something was pulling her to that balcony outside of the pool gym. In a trance-like state, she followed her instincts. A soft, cold shudder rippled up her arms as she opened up the gym doors. She spotted a piece of paper taped to it. School rapist at large? An uneasiness settled over her nerves. It was 1985. How could some maniac be running around causing girls to hide in fear of losing their virtue? Suddenly, across the water, outside the balcony, she spotted a couple dancing to what sounded like Frankie Valli and the Jersey Boys. A soft mist lifted around the couple. Dawna, still entranced, yearned to watch what was happening. She heard a deafening splash and screamed, but was startled that oh my gosh, I'm tongue-tied. This isn't gonna make any sense, okay? But what startled her was that her own voice shrieking to the travesty unfolding before her streaked, tear-felt eyes. The boy bent down to propose, and a shadow figure knocks him over, and the ring bounced across the ground. Before Dawna even knew what was happening, she ran after the boy, stopped at the banister, stepping on the ring. She reached over, trying to grab the boy. All she saw was his panicked green eyes as the darkness devoured his very being. Dawna turned around, wiping her tears, to see a girl vanish into a white, smoky haze. Chills crawled over Dawna's form. Dawna looked down at the ground. Below her laced heel lay dainty on the ground, lay a sterling silver diamond ring. Dawna picked it up, lifted it to look at it with the light of the moon. A strong breeze swirled around her. A distant howl echoed from afar. How could something so dainty cause so much sorrow? You do realize that... Never mind, I'm not going to tell you. You're going to think it's weird. That somehow Thomas, who's in 1969, and Dawna's in 1985, how did they just see each other? It's called a loop. A torture loop. Oh, yeah. But that ring is magical, isn't it? Chapter 4, Missing Mina. This is going to get graphic, just so you know. Dawna opened the pool gym doors. Down the hall, Dawna saw Mina running from the main gym toward the women's restroom. Dawna was alarmed. She ran to the door. Mina, are you okay? Mina, open this door. What is wrong? Mina Cain-Abel, open this door right now. You are scaring me. Do you hear me, Mina? A deafening crash came from behind the door. Glass spilled under the door and slid to Dawna's feet. Then a bright light echoed beneath the door. Dawna stepped back into someone's arms. They grabbed her and threw her to the ground. You will have to do tonight. Dawna slid down the hall. Shards of the bathroom glass sliced across her flesh as she passed. Dawna looked down at her hands. She reached up to stop the shadowy figure. His hands caught her by the wrists, pulling her fully to the ground and on her back, his hot breath consuming her neck. She felt his fist pull up, because I think P looks like an F. She felt his fist pull up and slam down into her face. "Stop, please, someone help me." The deafening sound of the dance echoed through the halls. He started to tie her hands up, and then he ripped her dress, pulling at it up and reaching for her panties. Dazed and confused, blood dribbled down her lips. "Don't make any more noise, otherwise I will find you again and repeat what I am about to do to you. You are mine now and forever." The deepness of his voice consumed her in terror. He growled and ripped her panties clean off. Dawna prayed someone would help her. She pulled her hands, which were bound to her face. Inside her palm was the mysterious ring. It was cold to touch. The man knocked her hands back, and the ring fell to the ground, rolling a couple of feet. It was stopped by a shoe. The shoe belonged to a tall man. Dawna could only see the legs. He bent down and picked up the ring. The man on top of Dawna didn't notice the stranger. Not until the stranger picked the man up off of Dawna and threw him down the hallway. The noise seemed dim as everything moved in slow motion for Dawna. The stranger picked Dawna up in his arms and carried her out the door. His arms and chest were warm and comforting. Dawna's head reels with exhaustion. She was exhausted from fighting for her virtue with a complete nutcase. The stranger was gentle. Dawna fell into a spectacular slumber. Oh yeah. My chapters are long and short. Chapter 5, Exhaustive Echoes. Dawna rolled over to see a handsome boy laying across her bed. The fact that he was handsome wasn't what startled her. She followed his familiar green eyes down his hand. His palm was grazing her open hand. Between them lay the sterling silver diamond ring. His hand was see-through, and the parts of him that touched her turned a soft, heavenly golden glow. She could feel him. He was warm and yet icy at the same time. With the calmness of his touch, Dawna felt a spark. His heated yet icy touch spread butterflies throughout her chest and stomach. He stayed quiet and smiled. The golden glow that connected their skin revealed the sterling silver band. Diamonds glittered a soft glow. Dawna noticed that she could see through his translucent skin. She had never been in this situation before. "Who are you?" The crackle of her voice sounded exhausted beneath her calm exterior. He sat up, his hand brushing away from hers. The connection was severed. "Thomas Lawrence Franks." The wisp of a soft fall breeze pushed past him, whipping Dawna's dark locks in her eyes. By the time she brushed her hair from her eyes with her hand, the strange boy was gone. An icy chill slid up her spine. She looked down at the hand that he had touched. In its crevices lay the ring. Inside the ring was an inscription. "For my girl, Vicky Zano, love always, Thomas Lawrence Franks, circa fall of 1969. Yeah. She read that out loud. Her mind was reeling. She put the ring into a golden chain around a locket and wore it with her. Then Dawna gathered her belongings, including her outfit. Dawna headed to school. An icy breeze scattered the fall leaves across the lawn of Rosemont Peak Boarding Academy. The sun hid behind some desolate clouds. Lucky for Dawna, today was Sunday. She was headed to the library. In the library, Dawna might be able to get into records and figure out what was going on. A stinging sensation started to irritate her palm. She slid across the glass. Right? Alright, this is my second favorite room. Or is it my first? Let's find out. The glass, dark cherry wood double doors opened to reveal a most astonishing room. Dark cherry wood bookshelves let loose with the most beautiful escapades the world has ever known. Authors such as Homer, Shakespeare, Austen, Poe, King, Tolkien, D.J. McHale, L.J. Smith, Charlene Harris, because I can't read that word, obviously. Thomas Whitehouse beautiful works of art that could transport you to other worlds. Across from the double doors sat huge bay windows in a twin balcony to the one adjoined to the pool gym. That means this balcony is like right here, right? And the other balcony's over here. Yeah. They're matching, because it's got to look nice over the ravine. Alright. The rays of the morning sunshine cascaded through the burgundy opiate clouds that wavered an eerie fellow as thunder crashed down around the academy. I feel like I messed up on that word, because that doesn't make sense. Anyway, the shock rumbled to Dawna's nerves, helping her jump back a few feet into someone standing behind her. Mrs. Ilkers. Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Ilkers. The narrow-faced woman twitched her nose, bouncing her thin spectacles about. In her hummingbird authentic Latin accent, she said, "It's all right, dear Dawna. What may I help you with?" Dawna smiled. Mrs. Ilkers, is it all right if I look into the school archive, specifically in the era between 1960 and 1969? Mrs. Ilkers nodded, her hair dancing about in the loose bun. Go on back into the back room, in a few boxes that are somewhere in that mess that Mrs. Gordon left me when she went on administrative leave. Poor lady had to get a C-section last night. Who figures that me, the school principal, would be hanging out in this astonishing room? Mrs. Ilkers left and then returned a few moments later with at least 6 huge boxes of files, setting them neatly down on the mahogany table. Then Mrs. Ilkers walked over to the cobblestone fireplace and lit an enormous fire. The heat warmed up Dawna's frazzled nerves. Mrs. Ilkers then left Dawna to her thoughts. 5 boxes in, and Dawna started to feel discouraged. Then, when she popped the lid off of the last container, a thick book lay on top of the files. She took the book and turned it toward the fire, blowing an inch-thick dust from the cover. The desk exploded. Oh, desk. The dust exploded across the fire and turned it gold and green. That was the only way that Dawna could interpret what was going on. Below the dust lay inscribed, Class of 1969. That horrendous chill returned to remind Dawna who was the boss in this situation. A shadow danced in the far corner, unbeknownst to Dawna. Dawna gently handled the cover and opened up the book. Beyond cover page lay another inscription. May all our hearts remember the kind-hearted Thomas Lawrence Franks. Below the Vivaldi cursive lay another picture of 2 kids who looked madly in love. A boy, his hair slicked back in greaser fashion, and a beautiful girl in a silk dress. Dawna had a flashback to the night before's events. Oh, yeah. The horrors of the balcony. Up until waking up to that boy's beautiful green eyes, she looked down below the page. Thomas Lawrence Franks and sweetheart Vicky Maria Zano. Circa Fall, 1969. I'm going to stop this for a second and tell you something very important. That picture she's looking at is the last photo of him and Vicky together. They took it that night before he took her to the balcony. Because you know how some dances, they're like, oh, stand right here and take a picture. Yeah. It's like that. Plus, he was going to propose to her, so. Dawna turned the page and out fell an obituary article. Dawna bent over to the fallen piece of parchment. When she sat back up, light from outside had diminished and the roaring fireplace extinguished to ribbons of smoke. Darkness filled every sense of Dawna's. Then something knocked her out of the chair and into open arms. Her senses were in overdrive. She screamed, then a bright light pushed forth from the diamond ring around her neck. She closed her eyes to adjust to the sight. When she opened them, the boy stood, leaned his hand back and thrust it forward toward Dawna. She dropped her weight as if she was a small child in a store going limp noodle. As she did that, the arms let loose, and the boy, connecting his fist with the shadow figure, stunned it. The shadow figure stumbled back into the smoke ribbons in the fireplace. The roaring fire reignited the flames and ate the shadow. The boy reached for Dawna. She reached up with uncertainty. His palm was as if she had never let it go before, hot with icy chills. He pulled her up onto her feet. Dawna gathered her belongings really fast, and the boy pulled her out of the library as fast as he could. She could hear his silent echo inside her head. Run, Dawna. Run as fast as you can and never stop. Chapter 6, Fight or Flight. By the time Dawna reached the parking lot, she pulled her keys for her Chevy Cavalier. She unlocked the doors and revved the engine. The boy hopped into the passenger seat beside her. The radio blared some Metallica. She quickly turned the radio dial, shutting off the radio. Driving on the road lined with trees, Dawna pulled the car over to the side of the road. Who are you? The boy didn't waver with the question. I told you earlier, I'm Thomas Lawrence Franks. Then she smiled. If you want to get out alive, you better run, Dawna. You need to run for your life. Dawna laid her head into her palms. She could feel the engine humming beneath her body. Why should I run? Who am I running from, and why? Just why? Dawna looked back at Thomas. A wry smile danced across his face. Because he wants you. I will not run. I have a burning yearning to solve why you are here. My burning started last night when I felt you disappear into the darkness. Tell me who is hunting me. Thomas turned his full attention to her. He wants you because you were the only one to see him. He was told long ago, long before you and I existed, that he would meet his mate, who could make or break him. He wants you with every fiber of his dark soul, but you are already promised to someone else. You freed me from my nightmare. Do you know how long I have waited to escape that loophole of hell? Dawna looked at Thomas with eyes filled with tears. I belong to no one. I will help you before I leave. I still need to figure out what happened to my friend from the bathroom. Thomas took a deep breath. I don't know. I was more concerned with saving you from that attack last night. You need to run. I will never run. That is not in my blood. You can run, but I will stay, and I will be the one girl no one saw coming. Dawna turned back to the steering wheel, pulled her seatbelt back on and resumed driving. As she was driving, she turned to look at Thomas. What's your story? Let me help solve you. What do you remember? She must be a Libra. She asks a lot of questions. Like I do. Oh, wait. I created her. Of course she asks too many questions. She's going to be an investigator. Dun dun dun. Chapter 7. Hunting the Hunter. Dawna thought about all of the clues to this point. She was left with 3 things she was tasking herself to do. Find out how to help Thomas find Vicky if she was still alive. Find clues to what happened to her friend Mina in the restroom. And figure out how to dispel this stalker shadow. Thomas barely remembered his work location. Dawna hoped that Gus's Gas and Go still existed. It had been 16 years since the fall of 1969, which struck Dawna with surprise. If Thomas was still alive, he would have been 34 years old, so Vicky must be 33. Chapter 8, Gus's Best Guesses. To Dawna's surprise, Gus's Gas and Go still existed. It was conveniently just off Route 66. She walked into the front. Behind the counter was an elderly man. His name tag stated who he was. Hi, are you Gus? He stood up and smiled. Why, yes. How may I help you? Dawna shook his hand. My name is Dawna. I'm researching an individual who happened to attend my school in 1969. I found something that was lost at homecoming last night, and I wanted to return it to the person it belonged to. He returned to his slouching position on the counter. Who are you looking for? Thomas Lawrence Franks and Vicky Zano? Gus's smile dropped. You won't find them here. The only address I have is for Thomas, but it will only lead to dead ends. Dawna kept calm. That is okay. It's a ring that I found up on the balcony at the school. I just wanted to return it is all. Gus grabbed a piece of paper, scribbled in shorthand the address, then handed it over to Dawna. I hope you understand that where this leads you is not a happy ending. Then he sat down. Dawna took the paper, looking down at her hands, then looks back at Gus. Thank you, sir. He looked back up at her, smiling. Who are you and how may I help you? Dawna was confused. She responded, I'm Dawna. I will be going. He looked down at his hands, confused. She was leaving. She ran into a petite woman. Father, have you been startling the customers again with your dementia? Chapter 9, Unfolding the Past. Dawna drove up next to the house that was assigned to the address. The house the house, I don't know why I wrote it this way. I guess I wrote it, the house did weathered and eerie. So, I'll just say it looked weathered and eerie. Thomas got out of the car. This is it. Dawna looked at him. They walked up to the door. Thomas found an old key that was hidden in the windowsill. He handed it to her. Cool metal felt odd in her palm. She unlocked the door. They walked up the stairs to the second floor, running into a woman whom was standing in the corner. Thomas walked up to her. Mom, is that you? The woman turned to him, her dark locks very messy. A blood stain dribbled down the side of her head. Her green eyes were in shock. Tommy, she smiled. Yes, Mama, it's me. She turned to look at Dawna. Who are you? Dawna smiled. Hi, my name is Dawna Emily Summers. It's very nice to meet you. Thomas's mother extended her hand. Nice to meet you, too. My name is Louise Franks. Have you seen my children, Jane and Alex? Dawna was confused. No, ma'am, I haven't. But if I see them, I'll be sure to send them your way. She turned to Thomas. May I speak to you alone? Dawna smiled, excused herself to the restroom. Everything was dirty. She flipped the light and closed the door. Dawna turned the faucet on so that she could splash some water on her face. While she was drying herself off, the light above the sink flickered. In the recesses of the mirror just behind her stepped out the shadow's man. Dawna turned to face him. He backed her against the bathroom door. The door held fast, not opening. Chapter 10, Kit Morte Amore. Anyway, a cold breeze shuddered around Dawna as he stepped closer. Hello? Dawna was trying to keep herself composed. Hello. The man stepped so close that she could feel his soft muscles pressing into her. I've been waiting for you for a long time. Pressed her palms and fingertips to his chest, trying to get him to step back, but it didn't work. How could I be the one you have been waiting for if I don't even know who you are? His blue eyes danced beneath the flickering lights. Dawna couldn't help but get a dizzy sensation with him this close. His dark curls held a soft glow, and he smelled of something otherworldly. It made her heart race. Her knees went weak. My name is Kit Morte, my dearest Aurora. Get off of me, Dawna whispered to him. He didn't budge. He bent down and pressed his lips against hers. The kiss sent an unnerving shock. Darkness overpowered her senses. Chapter 11, Awakening Demons Within. Thomas felt a jerk sensation pull him through the bathroom door. Through the bathroom door, through Dawna's body. For a brief second he felt her. It sent his mind reeling. Then he was pushed farther past her body to the ring where he realized what was going on. His bright light exploded with an entitled pleasure, knocking the shadow man from Dawna. Run, Dawna, run. She felt for the glass doorknob beneath her fingertips, twisted and pulled. As it released, she found herself running down the stairs, stopping in front of a dusty old recliner. A fat man with blood oozing from his face smiled at her. His teeth were rotted. He grabbed for the shotgun. "Get out. This is my house. Get out." Dawna ran to the kitchen. Beneath the kitchen sat a set of twins. They both were bloody as well. Dawna was shocked. She could hear the footfalls and screams of the oncoming man from behind. The twins pointed to the door at the end of the kitchen leading to the garage. Dawna turned to them. "Your mother wants you. She is upstairs." She slid past the door into the dark and musky garage as the door closed behind her fingertips. She felt a vibrating shock as 2 gun blasts echoed into the kitchen. Her heart ached for those children and their mother. Out of the darkness, she felt a cool hand grasping onto her hand. It was Thomas. He led her out another door, and then they were in her Chevy Cavalier. Chapter 12, Regrouping Quest. Dawna reached into her pocket to retrieve her keys. They were wrapped in a piece of news parchment. She unraveled them, put the keys in the ignition. On the paper was an article. It was Thomas's whole family. After the death of Thomas, his father, in a fit of drunken rage, took his shotgun and shot each of Thomas's family members, starting with Thomas's mother as she was getting up from the bed. He shot her in the left temple. Then he went down the stairs to the kitchen and waited for the twins to return home from Fred's house. As they entered the kitchen door from the garage, he shot Alex in the stomach. Jane tried to run through the dining room, but was shot in her back. They both bled out. Then, when all was said and done, Thomas's father, Ernest Franks, whom was never really honest, sat in his recliner and blew his brains out. Below the article, Dawna read that only 2 people showed up for the funeral. Gus's Gas and Go and Vicky Zano. A tear slipped down Dawna's cheek. Oh, that was weird. I just gasping for air here. Thomas reached up and wiped it away with the tip of his fingers. "We need to head to Chamberlain Cemetery. It's only 3 miles from my house and next to Rosemont Peak Boarding Academy, overlooking the Belvedere Ravine. My mother said that our answers to our questions will be answered there, and to watch for Vicky Zano. She visits every night around midnight." Dawna glanced at Thomas. He had a forlorn look in his eyes. Chapter 13, Chamberlain Cemetery. The moon shone eerie through the dark clouds. The stars seemed to hide in fright. Thomas fell asleep, leaving Dawna to stay and watch what was going on. In the far distance, in the small church with an adjoining cemetery, Dawna could see an approaching cloaked figure. She watched as the figure laid the roses on each of the Franks family headstones. Dawna got out of the car and started to approach the woman. "Vicky Zano!" A quiet chill spread across the grass. "Vicky Zano, please wait. Is that you? I need to talk to you." The woman glanced back toward Dawna and sprinted off. Heavy rain fell around Dawna. Dawna picked up speed and as she was an arm's length from the cloaked figure, she slipped on a chunk of mud, slipping back into an open grave, landing backward on the soft dirt below. Dizziness encompassed Dawna's senses. Dawna lay looking up. On the grass above jumped a dark figure, dressed for success, in all black, deep blue eyes shining under those perfect eyebrows. Dawna couldn't adjust her eyes well in the darkness. The figure bent down and touched the chain around her neck. A searing sensation as the ring fell from her neck to the ground below her. Then the figure picked her up and turned to look up into the pouring rain, and Thomas, who stood at the top. "Now you cannot follow," and with that he disappeared in a vortex of black velvety smoke. She screams out Thomas, just so you know. I'm not going to scream out Thomas, but she says, "Thomas!" See? I kind of screamed it. Dawna screams out as she reaches up for him. Chapter 14, Alarm Bells Ring. Thomas heard a scream and came out to the car to check on Dawna. As he approached Dawna, she was already in someone's arms and disappeared in a vortex of velvet blackness. Thomas jumped into the hole to rescue her, but he was too late. As he landed on his knees, below his fingertips lay a black, crushed rose wearing his diamond ring. Thomas picked up the ring and rose, and with a bright, deafening echo, everything stopped. He could not move, just lay in wait as still as a statue that which he has turned into. He was frustrated beyond reasoning. He had lost his only hope to a vile creature, Kit Morte, the shadow of death, Odin's own joker of a son, Loki. Chapter 15, Kit Morte. Morte means death. Yeah. A huge fireplace on the edge of the room roared so loud as it sent a huge wave of warmth to where Dawna laid. Dawna opened her eyes to see the darkness wavering around the light of the fireplace. She sat up from the black sheets. The canopy bed was made of dark cherry wood. Above her head she could see the night sky. Beautiful stars scattered across the deep purple and blue atmosphere. Beyond that, only one thing left Dawna in awe. The moon wasn't a moon, it was a water planet glowing beyond any unwritable words. It's called, Kit started to say, but Dawna finished without a second thought of what was coming from her lips. Eldor. Kit looked at her in complete awe. How did you know that? She turned to Kit. Because I remember my friend Riley talking in her sleep about such a beautiful wonders. I would question her. She could not remember such events, so I would write it in my journal, and I used to think how wonderful it would be to visit such places. I never thought that it was real in any possible way, or any way possible. It's real, Dawna, and with you by my side, we can visit there any time you want. Dawna sat straight up. She jumped off the bed and tried to run to the door. Where are you going? Dawna couldn't answer. Kit had her pinned against the wall. Dawna, you cannot leave without my help. I was told that my future depends on you. We are meant to be together. You are my mate. Even Queen Bristol wouldn't lie about my future. You were drawn to me as I am drawn to you. I have been waiting for you for a very long time. Don't you remember when we first met? Dawna looked at Kit. He confused her and left her in undesirable wonder. The bathroom of Thomas's haunted house? He smiled. Dawna couldn't help but be sucked into his deep blue eyes. He was the kind of unattainable beauty that she could never hope to reach in any realm. The balcony. The pool gym balcony. We met that night, the night of 1969. Dawna kept quiet. Oh, fuck. There was a car accident outside of Rosemont Peak Boarding Academy. Your mother was thrown into labor. After the accident of Thomas and Vicky, I walked out the door and spotted your mother. Father was dead in the front seat, and the only two survivors were you and your mother. I helped her bring you into this world. I held your small body in my hands. You looked up at me and smiled. I was told only my mate could see me when I was not able to be seen. And you saw me. Your mother named you before she slipped into death's doorstep. And the blaring of the radio playing Frankie Valli and the Jersey Boys lulled on the radio. He stepped closer. It's funny how fate has brought me to you and you to me. I go to snow at almost forgot. I don't know what the hell I was writing there. Anyway, we'll just go with it, okay? You can be like, she was drinking. I wasn't, but I must have been tired because I was using a voice app to transfer it over, but whatever. I go to snow at almost forgot about you until last night at the dance. I couldn't believe how beautiful you had grown. I didn't want you to see me knock into Thomas. But it was a loop destined to stay in until you broke it. That boy is trouble. Dawna was upset now. How can you say that? He has saved me more times than I can count. He saved me at the dance from that serial rapist. Kit looks down at his boots and then back up at her. No, my sweet Dawn, that wasn't him whom saved you. That was me. The feel of your body in my arms was amazing. I just picked up that ring and put it in your hand and then cradled you to safety. Kit leaned in closer to Dawna. What about all the other times Thomas saved me? He pressed his lips to her ear as she turned her face to the dancing flames of the cobblestone fireplace. Those were misunderstandings. I was trying to introduce myself, but every time I tried to get close to you, Thomas would invade my attempts. You are mine, only mine, and you will not escape without my consent. Dawna pulled her face to look back at Kit's. I am not yours. I need to go back. Kit pulled back a little bit, brushing his dangerous curls from his face. His eyes so blue that it took Donna's breath away. What are you going to give me if you want to leave? Dawna thought for a moment. What do you want? Dawna was asking a foolish question as if she had neglected to use her ears. Kit turned back toward her in the light of the fire. He looked so good to eat, let alone ride all night long. Dawna had to reload her teeth. I forgot about that part. Sorry. Dawna had to reload her teenage fantasies. I don't know why I said reload, but whatever. Maybe I was trying to say, put them away. Throw some some water on it. Put out that fire. She was a virgin, and those thoughts belonged nowhere near her. I want you, all of you, heart, body, soul, mind. You are my equal in every way. I want to spend the rest of my immortal life with you and only you. Dawna looked down at her boots, then up into those eyes that were cascading with unbridled passion. That to be released. That doesn't make sense. That to be released towards her. I have a few stipulations. I want to go back. I need to go back to the cemetery. I need to help Thomas find peace. I need to find Mina. If you allow me to accomplish those things, I will do whatever you want and be with you. Their eyes met. A smile splashed. Smile flashed across his face, and lightning flickered across his beautiful eyes. He rushed Dawna. Dill! Kissing her deeply, it surprised her that she was kissing him back. Before she knew what was happening, they were on his bed, her naked form accepting his. He was gentle, kissing her all over. She could only feel his love. As he entered her, it sent a shock through her body. Yes, we're talking sex now. He calmed her with a whisper and some kisses. Easy, my soulmate. Its kisses rippled down her wet form. He gently moved in and out of her. She was surprised that she kept movement with him. She could feel him swell within her. The sheer pleasure of his touch was intoxicating. The last thing she remembered before falling into slumber was his kissing her and touching her hair from her eyes. I'm truly in love with you, Aurora. Darkness swept over her. Chapter 16, Fluttering Stones. Dawna awoke to her chandelier dancing to the fall breeze. The light blinded her. Then she remembered bits of the night before. She was sore, kind of felt odd, and she remembered Thomas. Oh my gosh, Thomas! Dawna jumped up, gathered her clothes, and dashed out the door toward the cemetery. Dawna tried to retrace her steps. Finally, she found an open grave. The scribe held a statue of a boy. Anyway, she found the open grave. He's standing there. He's a statue. But he was holding a crushed black... Well, he looked like Thomas, obviously. But he was holding a crushed black rose with a diamond ring. Dawna jumped into the hole. She picked up the ring from the statue's hands. She looked at the statue. Thomas? Her mind was racing. She wondered how she was going to turn him back to normal. Dawna started to think back to one of Riley's dreams. The kiss from the siren of the stone to the stone Omnarch. Dawna turned back to Thomas, placing her palms on each side of his face. I hope this works. Then she pushed her lips onto his cold stone lips. A fire exploded, then an icy chill covered her. The stone exterior faded into soft mist. Then Dawna pulled her lips away. Thomas was dumbstruck. Yes, it worked. A wry smile crept on Thomas's lips. Thanks, I figured I was stuck forever. Dawna smiled. I'm glad you weren't. I needed you to help me to continue to help you. So I was thinking of asking Rosemont Peak Boarding Academy's principal, Mrs. Ilkers, to help me locate Vicky Zano. Thomas nodded. You think she may be able to help, able to find my sweetheart Vicky? Dawna grabbed Thomas by the hand, leading him to her Chevy Cavalier. But you're sweet. But I do. Let's go. That sentence didn't make any sense either. I must have been tired. Anyway, Chapter 17, Mrs. Ilkers. Lucky for Dawna that she had a free period, apparently. Dawna headed back to the library. Behind the dark cherry wood counter sat Mrs. Ilkers. Why, hello, Dawna. What may I help you with? Dawna stood before the woman. Mrs. Ilkers' thin glasses danced on her nose. Hi, Mrs. Ilkers. I need some help finding a person. Last time I was here, some information, but I'm at a loss, for the rest. Mrs. Ilkers wrinkled her nose. Who do you need help locating? I might be able to help. Dawna pulled out the diamond ring from her pocket. I'm looking for the owner of this ring. It's important that I find her and return it to her for a friend. Dawna handed Miss Ilkers the sterling silver diamond-encrusted ring. Mrs. Ilkers lifted the ring closer to her line of sight. With her other hand, she grabbed a magnifying glass. She turned the ring, her expression filled with shock. The ring dropped to the counter and rolled to the ground. She brought her hand to her lips, letting out a whimper of sorrow. Where did you find this? Her accent was strained and crackling. Dawna caught the ring in midair as it tumbled to the floor. Do you believe in fate, Mrs. Ilkers? Mrs. Ilkers nodded her head. Saturday night, I stumbled upon a loop memory on the pool gym balcony. A set of lovers dancing under the full moon to some classic music. That's where I found this ring, as if I was meant to find it and bring it to the love of Thomas Lawrence Franks. Mrs. Ilkers looked down at Dawna's hand. In it glistened the tiny tragedy holder. Can you help me find her? Mrs. Ilkers wiped her tears and took her glasses off. I'm Vicky Zano Ilkers. Dawna was baffled. Dawna lifted her hand, and from behind her, Thomas stepped out into the line of Vicky's sight. Vicky gasped a sob. Thomas took the ring. I knew you felt familiar. I missed you. Vicky stepped out from around the counter to stand in front of Thomas. Thomas looked at Vicky and knelt down. I waited for 16 years to find you and give you this ring. You are my everything. I have loved you since the first time I saw you when we were in kindergarten. Vicky stifled a sob. She reached out her hand to him. He placed the ring upon her finger. When Vicky jumped into Thomas's arms, Dawna was surprised that a ghost could catch her. Thomas kissed Vicky deeply. He spun around in a complete circle. As they kissed, a bright light enveloped both of them, leaving the library in complete darkness. Dawna was alone, or at least she felt alone at first. The time for the day had passed so fast. Night had fallen over the school. A thunderstorm struck outside. It seemed to Dawna that it was always raining outdoors. It was beautiful. Little did Dawna know that someone had been watching her from the shadows. He stepped out. Well, hello there. I've been waiting for you to be alone for over 36 hours. It's astonishing to watch you, and since I was unable to get you Saturday night, I want you tonight. Dawna turned and ran through the dark halls. Before she knew it, she had run into the women's bathroom. Dawna locked the door swiftly behind her. Chapter 18, Chaotic Bathroom. Dawna backed away from the bathroom door. She could hear the man banging on the door. His screams were chaotic. I told you I'd be back. Open this door. You are my only conquest, the only one who has gotten away. A light flickers. Rain seemed to fall from the ceiling. Rain seemed to fall from the ceiling. as you know, as I can't even read this. Okay, so a light flickers. Rain seemed to fall from the ceiling. And as they landed, they morphed into shards of a mirror glass. So, do you remember when the glass was shattered at the beginning of this book in the women's bathroom when Mina was in there? Yeah, well, something's happening, okay? Something magical. With a slow disposition, the shards pulled together and placed themselves back into the wall above the sinks. A bloody handprint appeared on the other side of the glass. Dawna leaned down the sink to touch it. Or leaned on the sink to touch it. To find Mina. As she matched her hand to it, a vision of Mina being sucked into the mirror appeared. Dawna gave a blood-curdling spring. The door busted from its hinges. In came the man. He turned Dawna to face him, then slammed her against the mirror, shattering it behind her. Now I have you, nowhere to go. Dawna's vision was blurred. A hand grabbed the guy, pulling him from her. Let me start that over, okay. Dawna's vision was blurred. Oh my god, this is so fast and slow and fast and slow. Okay, Dawna's vision was blurred. A hand grabbed the guy, pulled him from her, then slammed the serial rapist hard down on the toilet seat, breaking his skull, killing him instantly. It was Kit. Kit looked deadly. His beautiful blue eyes turned black as he was wearing leather jeans and a light-fitted gothic long-sleeve shirt, black boots. He smiled toward Dawna, his curls covering his forehead. He used his hand to brush his dark locks from his face. Run. A voice within her screamed. Dawna ran hard and fast, ending up where she least expected her journey to begin. But all great journeys need to end where they began. The pool gym balcony. Chapter 19. Amore Pioggia. Pioggia. Okay, it's Italian. I don't remember what it means, okay? Rain smothered Dawna's senses. She climbed up the banister. Don't. Dawna looked back at the man hidden in the shadows. Everyone is gone, Dawna said. A cold chill danced up her spine. Dawna, my beautiful Dawna Aurora. Don't. Dawna with tears streaking her eyes. Why? Why should I be with you? You killed without a second thought. Kit stepped closer toward Dawna. Lightning danced upon his form. I would hurt anyone who dared to touch you because I've been searching for you for all eternity. The echo of his voice seemed to call upon a thunderclap that startled Dawna, knocking her back into his back until she was floating. The darkness enveloped her soul. Two beautiful blue eyes followed her. Suddenly Kit Morte was holding her, his warmth surrounding her with a sense of safety. His lips met hers. With a shock, Dawna woke up in front of a sandstone door. Dawna stood up and walked toward it. Dawna pressed her hands over the rough surface. Don't. With a wet disposition, she looked over her shoulder, winking to the man of her dreams that stood behind her. Kit Morte. Then Dawna pushed the door open. A bright light took her. Beyond, in that light, stood all the answers to her unwritten questions. Well, that's the end of that book. It was fast, huh? Alright, so far we know Riley pressed the same door that Dawna's pressing. What is going on? They ended up in Sacremtia. The tombs of Sacremtia. Well, we'll find out, right? Alright, well, I love you all. Thank you so much for listening to me. I will be uploading book 5 soon. Have a great day. Bye.